Welcome back to part 2 of us visiting Japan in April 2019. After shooting China, we visited this Michelin star restaurant. They specialize in Unagi Hashimoto is the name of the restaurant. We were surprised that it wasn't crowded during lunchtime. We did make reservations. Here's the unagi. We ordered the regular size, and Godfrey is trying the tamagoyaki, which is scrambled egg, but tastes very sweet. And of course, Tomo's taking pictures, and I'm taking pictures of the food as well. Very highly regarded restaurant, and this is me trying it for the first time, and it melts like butter in your mouth. Really worth it. It was around like $32. So on our way to Starbucks Reserve, Tomo wanted to show us his mural, as you can see across the street. So we were checking it out. And in order to get into the largest Starbucks in the world, Starbucks Reserve Tokyo, you actually have to take a queue number, and it's even at a separate location. We waited about 30 minutes, and after 30 minutes was up, we even stopped by a Don Quixote next door, which is like a small department store. So here we are inside, and it is pretty crowded that day. It consists of 4 floors, and the cool thing about it is each floor is a different theme, and this floor is dedicated to tea. And here we are going to the 3rd floor, and we did see some roasting of beans, and they actually also pack the beans that they roast there on location. And here's some of the pastries, sandwiches. Overall, super good food there that we tried. I got the cold brew ice cream. And on this section of the store of Starbucks, they actually have when the beans were roasted, and I bought some beans that was roasted the same day to take home. It's good? Okay. I can show you how it looks like. Yeah. Oh, see, that's a good pose right there. Putting on the, yeah. Okay, this is half body shots. Shooting at ISO 3200. I'm using this 51.2 lens, which sucks in a lot of light. It's actually very dim right now outside in front of Tokyo Station 1, 2, and 3. But around ISO 3200, it looks really bright. 1, 2, and 3. And I'm using the eye autofocus feature on this a6400, which is really quick to pick up Hima's eye. 1, 2, and 3. And we've been only shooting for like 5 minutes, and I'm getting really good shots. 1, 2, and 3. Somebody has ambient light? Nice Hima. 1, 2, and 3. Oh, nice. No, so I can see it. Yeah, it's really good. 1, 2, and 3. Almost looks like moonlight a little bit. I like this because it's blurring out the people in the background. Candid posing of you looking to the buildings. 1, 2, and 3. More towards for now. Perfect. Thank you. Godfrey's behind you. It looks scary, Godfrey, with the hood on. Like you're going to like you're gonna rob somebody. Nice full body shot. 1, 2, and 3. Very nice. But zoomed out, it's fine. It looks good. That one's nice. That one's nice. Hey everyone, as you can see, of course, we are not in Guam anymore, and I don't really shoot at night, but this is a very beautiful place to shoot at. Behind me is Tokyo Station, and I'm testing out, this is actually Tomo's camera, his brand new a6400, and I have attached to the camera body is a Canon 51.2 lens, which can gather a lot of light. So the ISOs I'm getting is around 2000 to 3200, but Pictures are still turning out really good without using any flash, and just the ambient light from the lamp, and Nelson is helping me with this cell phone flashlight. And the model to help me test this camera is?
Hi, my name is Himawari Yamashita. Maybe you have seen me in his
previous video.
I was the first runner-up on Miss World Japan 2016, and I was in Guam last year, and we had a photo shoot. So this time we are in Tokyo. It's very appreciated because I'm living in Tokyo as well. So let's start with the camera.
Yes. And the video you were in last time was with the Pentax.
Yeah.
And that has amazing image quality. So this is a smaller sensor compared to the bigger sensor of the Pentax, but I think so far in a low light it's doing okay. It's not doing that bad. A little bit grainy when zooming in, but zooming out and looking at the photos, I think we're doing okay.
Yeah.
And you've seen some of the photos so far. How do you like it?
It really points out the portrait of myself, and the background is a bit blurred, and I feel very beautiful so far.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yes, we're getting a lot of good shots, but time is still early, so we're gonna shoot some more. 1, 2, and 3. First impressions right away with this camera, it is very light, a little bit small for my hands, but very light camera, easy to hold. Focus is super quick. I'm surprised even using an adapted lens. And Tomo, this is with the MC11 adapter, right?
Yeah.
It's very cold right now. MC11 adapter with the 51x2, and look at that, it's very fast to focus, very fast. So I'm gonna keep on shooting. First impressions, it's really good. Man, it feels like 40 degrees. I'm not used to this. I'm used to living in Guam where it's always 86 degrees Fahrenheit, but it feels colder than that right now. But yeah, I'm really liking the fast focusing, very lightweight, easy to use. This camera has a robust magnesium alloy, it has sealed buttons and dials. It is very light, like I said earlier. It is around only 0.88 pounds, and I think that's like 403 grams. But yeah, physical features of this, the main thing is it's very light. Other physical features is this has a 2.4 million dot EVF. It has 100% frame coverage in the viewfinder. The back screen is pretty small. I believe it's only 3 inches. The resolution is lower, around 921,000 dots. At the bottom here, it just has 1 battery and 1 SD card. And behind me, Tomo is now shooting Hima. Nelson is helping out, and they're using strobes. I'm more of a natural light shooter. Tomo is shooting Hima here in front of Tokyo Station. So Hima's looking at the photos right now. This has currently a 24.2 megapixel. Of course, it's an APS-C crop sensor. ISO is around 100 to 3200, but it can be expanded. I'm looking at my notes here from up to 102,400. I think maybe extended to 50 to 102,400. Has 425, my voice is getting dry. Phase and contrast detect points, 11 frames per second, very fast. And silent shooting up to 8 frames per second. Of course, it has 4K video at 24p, 25p, and 29.97p. How's the picture so far? It's all ambient light.
Yeah.
Some cell phone light.
These are with the cell phone lights.
Yes. Oh, even when you're sitting down, some cell phone light. Yeah. I like some of these shots. Yeah. And then I was moving to try to get more of the trees and the traffic light around there. Yeah, I was moving around.
But even like these cars are moving so fast.
Yes.
You have like no, I mean,
motion blur.
Yeah, motion blur.
And I was able to just tilt the screen like this, and then I was holding it lower, so I don't have to, my knees on the ground and I'm hurting. But yeah, so it's easier for me just to lower down the camera and take the shots.
Yeah, and it's very light and handy.
Very light, yes.
It's very surprising.
Cool, nice. I wonder if it's going to be grainy, but it doesn't really look that grainy, huh?
Himawari, try to look here at the light here.
I like how the bouquet is like going with the jacket, yeah. It's crazy. It's a little bit expensive, like $35, but it's really worth it.
This way.
So, like Nelson, we're gonna find the light here, and your wardrobe is gonna match. Okay, this would be half body shots. Nice. Very good. Okay, we're shooting nighttime underneath the street lamp, ISO 1250, and even far away, this a6400 can focus on Hima's eye. Very nice. Let me get closer. Okay, I like getting closer. Background's getting more blurred. Okay, still getting the bike in the background. Okay, 1, 2, and 3. Nice. 1, 2, and 3. Please drop one side of the coat. Thank you. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, these are half body shots. And if I just move the camera like this, if I want to get more of the stores on the right hand side or more of the bike. Okay, a couple more. 1, 2, and 3. Super fast eye autofocus. Look at that. The whole screen. One more. 1, 2, and 3. Yes, the glasses. Some reflections. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, some close shots. Half body. Very nice. Clean ISO. Okay, 3/4 body shot. Really nice. Oh, Godfrey looks scary though. Tomo, who owns this camera, was telling me earlier maybe I should switch to Sony because I was really enjoying the images coming from this camera, and really surprised that in low light for a smaller sensor, it's very clean images, even up to ISO 3200. Hima, what do you think about the photo shoot overall and the pictures from this camera?
From this camera compared to the one before, which was Pentax.
Correct, which is a larger sensor, really good image quality.
Yeah, and it was like very bad in color and very good for nature, and this is very good for portrait because it has more focused on the one specific things. For example, the people, the face and the eye. Yes. And it is very clear in color as well. And it has very different features from the other one.
Yes, you make a really good point. The Pentax is more targeted for landscape, for nature, and since the newer Sonys, they have this amazing eye autofocus that even if you're walking or far away, it can really detect your eye, and when you zoom in, you're very sharp. It makes shooting portraits very easy. and I'm very surprised at night it's still able to work fine, really well, even with a lens that's not a Sony lens, but that's just using an adapter to the camera. It still works really well. So I'm really impressed by the photos and the features that this camera has, and I think it's very good for travel. It's very small, compact, versus I took with me the Pentax here for a photo shoot that we had earlier today, and it was really heavy and good image quality, but it's kind of hard to carry around like in a train. My backpack is really heavy, but if I just had this, it's really compact and light. Any last words before we end our shooting?
Yeah, so it was very nice meeting you here in Tokyo.
Yes, nice meeting you here.
Yeah, you very much. And well, I think you will have my Instagram like here.
Yes, we're gonna put it right here.
So you can find me on Instagram, Facebook, anywhere.
Yes.
So hope to see you soon again.
Yes, I'll see you again
Guam
soon.
Or in Tokyo.
Guam or Tokyo.
Yeah.
And again, thank you so much for helping us out last minute. I know I just contacted you, I think 2 days ago.
Yeah.
I was having a hard time finding a model, but Hima always pulls through, and you're a very good model. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Bye. Alright, let's check out some raw files shot by the a6400. Please keep in mind I was using the Canon 51.2 lens, adapted using the Sigma MC11 adapter, and this is all shot wide open at 1.2. Don't mind the 1.3, just like a quirk. I think in the menu settings it needed to be set to 1/3 stops and it would have registered at 1.2, but I used the fastest lens Tomo had in his bag just to gather all the light so ISO doesn't jump too high and be very noisy. So the highest ISO is 3200, as you can see here, and the lowest I got that night was 320. It may seem very bright in the video, but actually it was pretty dim. Okay, 3200 raw file, clicking reset, zooming in. As you can tell, of course, it is noisy, but it can be managed by adjusting the noise reduction. So looking at Hima's wardrobe right here, if we adjust it from 0 to about 23, a lot does go away. Image does get soft a little bit, so you can increase sharpening to about 60, but zooming out, it looks very clean at ISO 3200. Okay, next example. This is ISO 1600. Clicking reset here, no noise reduction applied to it. Zooming in, it is way better than, of course, 3200, but of course still a little noisy. So this whole street area here, or pavement area here, if we increase it to about 37, it just goes away. Okay, very clean before, you lose some sharpness, and after at about, I'm gonna click about 29, it looks very clean at ISO 1600. Okay, so let's get to better ISOs. I know this shot against the street, I think it was around 1250. Doing a reset here, it's really good. This hit her face really nice. Let's go to lower ISO shots. I believe this shot here at 640. There we go. 640 is actually very clean. Zooming in, very good, very usable. Next shot, I believe this is at 500. Yes, it is. Shot ISO 500. Let me do a reset. You actually don't really need noise reduction at ISO 500 here shooting at night. My favorite photo is this photo against the neon sign, actually fluorescent sign. Let me click reset, and as you can see, her face was blown out, but I was surprised even at around ISO 1600 you still get a lot of dynamic range in the raw files. So bringing down the highlights, I was able to recover some details in Hima's skin, and increasing the shadows. If you like, you can recover a lot of detail in her hair and her wardrobe. It gets a little noisy, but like I've been saying, you can always just scroll down here and do noise reduction. 25-30 is fine, and it just gets clean. Let me lower down the shadows, it's a little bit too bright. But overall, I was very impressed by the 6400, using it for nighttime shooting. It was able to lock onto Hima's eye very quickly. There wasn't any slowdowns or hiccups at all. And I was even using an adapted lens. I wasn't even using a native Sony lens, and I kept on thinking if I had like an 85 1.4 G Master, it would have been so quick, and it made me wonder about the Sony A9. If the Sony A9, since it's a full frame sensor, and the 6400 does kind of have like a focusing system for the A9, how would the A9 perform in this situation of nighttime shooting? I'm pretty sure it's going to be super clean at 3200 6400. This shot is Godfrey did a edit with this photo, but this is him in the background filming while I was shooting Hima. But overall, a great travel camera. I do believe, comparing to the X-T3, in my opinion, I believe that ISO 3200, the 6400 is cleaner than the Fujifilm X-T3 at ISO 3200. Again, great camera. I really enjoyed using it, and special thanks for Tomo for letting me review this camera. Thank you for watching, and as always, please subscribe. The next day, I wanted to just check out some camera stores. It was a pretty relaxing day. First camera store I wanted to check out is Hasselblad, and from what I've been told, this is Hasselblad's flagship store. There is only one Hasselblad store in all of Tokyo, and it's not too far from the train station. We weren't allowed to film inside, but I did manage to get some pictures. The next picture you're going to see is I'm here with Mr. Sasaki. He's actually a Guam photography subscriber, and he was able to help me with the Hasselblad X1D and detail. This is a couple of new friends I made from Vancouver, British Columbia. Check out their Instagram. Super awesome photography, really amazing. And these following pics, I was able to take out the Hasselblad X1D out from the store, and a representative was helping me with the camera, using and shooting it. And all the pictures you're seeing is straight out of camera, no editing at all. Really awesome image quality. I missed focus here. I actually focused on the tree, the second tree, not in the background, not the foreground. Again, shot all wide open at f3.2 using the 90mm lens. Here's Mr. Oishi. I've known him for about 4 years. He's always so nice to me. He always lets me try out the new Leica products. And here I am trying out the Leica Q2. Really amazing camera. It has a new sensor, I believe 47 megapixels. It's just like the regular Q1, but a slightly better EVF and better image quality that I've been seeing from that. You can really crop in, and I believe you can crop from 35 to 50 and even 75mm. And this location is in Ginza 6, not the other location in Ginza. This is in like a luxury mall. I'm trying out the detail at 100% when I zoom in. I'm more of a portrait person, so I don't really like the wide. There it is, zoomed in 100%, super sharp. I don't really like the wide angle, so I don't really see myself getting like the Q. So while walking around Ginza, I saw this new shiny Nissan GTR. Just wanted to check it out. Here we are at Yokohama Sky Building, I believe, and we wanted to try this awesome sushi place. It got really high reviews, and I know why. We did have to wait maybe about 30 to 45 minutes, but they do provide chairs on site where you can wait. Here we are walking in. It's pretty cool. They have iPads around the table, and this is where you order the fresh sushi. And they have a lot of choices for you to choose from. You can order everything from drinks to desserts with the iPad. and we did eat a lot. And what was interesting is a lot of sushis were about $1 US or $2, and so Tomo treated us, and the amount for all three of us came out to about $53 US, which I think it's a pretty good deal. That one I believe that you just saw is seared scallops. Super good. I think I ate like 3 of those. And it's pretty cool how they scan all the dishes. They have a device where it just goes over the plate and it counts how many plates, and the value of each plate is added up. Pretty cool. So here I am leaving the Yokohama Bay Hotel Tokyo. I was waving to Godfrey and Tomo there. It takes about an hour and 20 minutes to go back to Narita Airport. But the bus goes straight from the hotel to maybe 2 other hotels and then to the airport. I do prefer riding the bus versus the trains. The bus seems a little more comfortable, it's more quiet, and it just feels like a better experience going back to the airport. My seat was upgraded to Economy Plus, so I had the extra leg room, and here I am boarding the plane going back to Guam. The flight was pretty good. It wasn't too long. We actually made it back in 3 hours and 9 minutes, I believe. So my flight actually arrived early, about 20 minutes early. This is Guam International Airport. We are back ready. Here I am getting ready to leave the plane. Thank you for watching Guam Photography, and please subscribe. Thank you to everyone that just recently subscribed to us.